This is a project or an assignment where I want you to write your initials on the screen, and I think you have all the tools to do that except for one. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you which one you're missing by taking this rectangle project or this rectangle problem and putting it here. The problem that you would have is that when you write your first initial, let's say DL, that's me, right? DL, Daniel Lee. So I'm going to write my D, and then I'm going to move to where my L starts, and it's going to draw a line from the D to the L, right? The end of the D to the beginning of the L. And so we don't want that to happen. And one way that we can prevent that from happening, or I guess the only way we can, one way we can prevent that from happening is we can do pen up. So you want to think of this turtle as being a pen, and we have two functions we could, or two methods we can use. We could do watch this. Okay, we do t dot pen up, and then we do t dot pen down. So what about if I do a t dot pen up right there, and I do a t dot pen down right there, right? What do we expect to happen? Well, let's find out. I'm going to run it, and it's going to do that, right? So what happened here? Before we drew this first line, we went ahead and penned up. And then we drew the first line, we turned left, so he's pointing northward, and then we penned down, and now we see all of these actions, but we don't see these actions here, right? And so that's what you want to do. Another method that you might want to use is go to XY, right? So if I do t dot go to, or I'm sorry, let me do a pen up first, and then I do a t dot go to, and then I say negative 200 on the X and a 0 on the Y, or let's not do negative 200, let's do negative 75 on the X and a 0 on the Y. Then you can see here that the turtle starts, like he starts in the center, but we pen up, so he's off the page, and then we say go to this location, pen down, go to this location, and then draw the rectangle. Right. So if you wanted your first letter of your first name to start here, well, then you would pen up, you would go to negative 150, positive 50, pen down, and start drawing your first initial. Right. And so notice here, if I don't do a pen up and I just do go to, in the very beginning, if I run that, oh, you can't see that happening, but you might be able to see it happening if I do 50 right here. All right, so watch this. I go to that location. You see that? Right. The turtle starts in the center, and when you go to, it draws. Right. So you need to pen up before you go to, and then pen down. Right. Which, if I do so, pen up, I will go to, and then I will t dot pen down, and then I will run this, right? So you see, starts in the center, pen up, moves here, pen down, and then starts to draw the rectangle. Right? And so those are some of the methods that you can use to complete this assignment here.